YouTube. Hey YouTube, this is Sister Kate. How are you doing? I'm making this video as a reply to some of the comments to my welcome video, and it's very specific. It's about off-grid living, and I thought the person had some pretty good questions, so I'm going to respond to them. One of them was, what was the biggest challenge to going off-grid? And for us, there weren't that many challenges. If you want to go off grid, I'm imagining your very first challenge is going to be, where are you going to go, and getting your land. For us, we already had our land, so that was taken out of the way. But it's something to think about. And our land was bare land. There was nothing on it except trees and rocks. And so we had to get a well dug, which we did. And our initial housing was a $300 camper trailer, which some people think to themselves, I can't live in something like that. We had no electricity to hook it up to, so there's no lights in it. And it did have a water system and a pump, but we chose not to hook it up in that way because it just needing that hooked up in the way that you want, where your little faucets turn on and everything. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes behind that. There's hoses and pumps, and it makes it a very difficult thing. And so our answer to those first challenges was to use batteries and candles for lighting, and to do our water in jugs, which I've got a video on it. I talk about it. It's easy to use, and you can just store them anywhere. So those were some of the challenges. Also, the infrastructure of our land in general, it's a big challenge when you have no fences, no sheds, no roads, no little buildings. And so all of that stuff you need to think about. And our advice to other people, because other people do ask us about these things, and I say us, I guess I should say we, but it's my husband and I, is that you don't have to just go buy a flat piece of land. You can spend your time looking. America is a huge nation, and there's tons of country property for sale. So be smart and look at all the properties and make this easier on yourself. Try to find one that may already have housing on it. May not be great housing, might be a trailer, might be an older house, but it will save you time and money if you can afford to buy one and it's already there. Same thing with the land. If you can get land that already has roads and fences and outbuildings and a well, do that. That will make the whole off-grid thing a whole lot easier. And then another question this person had was, how easy was it to go off-grid? And I thought that was a really good question. And I want you to think about that for a minute. Right now, our life, modern life, is a very complex machine. You have things you do every day. You have an alarm clock. You have a coffee pot. And you cook yourself food. Then you take a shower and you get dressed and you get in your vehicle and you drive somewhere and you spend so much time doing things all day long, and fill in the blank with all the things that you do. Some people work. Some people shop. Some people go to the library. Some people take walks. Just all this complex life. And you're interacting with people. If you're on your phone and on your computer, constant input and output on your part. Off-grid living is easy. It is way less stress. You have way less demands on your time and way less input. You don't have radios and TVs and billboards and all sorts of things constantly coming at you with input. We're out in a natural environment all day long. Now you have to deal with that natural environment, but there's ways of doing that and making it comfortable on yourself, so that you're not constantly thinking, wow, I'm hot, or wow, I'm cold, or wow, there's a lot of bugs here. You just deal with that. And so I love it. I love the off-grid life. I love being dependent upon myself and God for everything that I need in my day. It's not that hard to figure out how much water I want to have and how much I'm going to drink and have that ready. It's not that hard for me to think about, I'm going to go work in my garden for a couple of hours. I don't have to worry about driving to the store or input or output. I can just wander around my property looking at things and taking care of things that I have planned for myself. And I don't have the worry also of bills. Think about that for a minute. How much stress and concern is in your life about your bill pay? Or just your, where's my bank at? How much money do I have in my bank? All that kind of stuff. with off-grid, with everything simplified, all of that becomes so much easier. And it's a calmer existence, and it's great. And I recommend it for everyone. And so I hope this has helped you just in a general way, just in the way of planning, to think about an off-grid life. And I have more videos on my webpage, and there are more videos at the my husband's webpage, Viking Preparedness, and the Shofar Mountain webpage. That talk about different things that we deal with, how we take care of our animals, what we store our water in, how we wash our dishes, how we cook, um, and how we end up heating. I said batteries and electricity, batteries and candles for lighting. Heating in the wintertime is basically wood, and the land that we bought has tons of wood on it. And so it's just a little sweat equity to get the wood to heat the house and make it comfortable enough for us to live in. So that again is just a little bit of, you think about what you need and then you go and take care of it, and it's done, and it's a satisfying way of life. So I do recommend it. I do recommend that you look into it. Rural properties, and there's articles in there. Outside Magazine has an excellent article on the 10 things you need to think about before you move out to the country. And so do a little research and look into it for yourselves. I think you might find it kind of intriguing. All right, bless you. Talk to you later.